Winners and losers of the reveal of the Epstein client list. A judge has now released at least some portions, some redactions, of a list of clients who frequented, who were friends with, who were accused of crimes when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, the New York financier, who did not kill himself in a prison cell after being arrested on charges of running a underage sex trafficking ring. His partner, Ghislaine Maxwell, to this day is in jail. Some of the biggest losers in this reveal are the following. Thomas Pritzker. Thomas Pritzker is the Hyatt Hotel billionaire. He's accused in these documents of having sex with an underage girl. Pritzker, by the way, as I mentioned, a billionaire. He's also related to J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois. He's related to Penny Pritzker, who's on the board, was part of this whole thing with Claudine Gay, the board at Harvard, who also worked for the Obama administration. No simple rich people are the Pritzkers, but power players in America, as is Prince Andrew, the UK royalty mentioned in this list of clients of Jeffrey Epstein. No surprise, you knew about Prince Andrew. Bill Clinton's name included in this list. The specific allegation in Bill Clinton's name is more hearsay. It's one of the young women saying that she had heard from Jeffrey Epstein that Bill Clinton, quote, likes young girls. There are others, hedge funders, rich people on this list. But here's one of the biggest losers, I believe. I do believe that it is a distraction, the list. I don't believe you're anywhere close to hearing the truth of Jeffrey Epstein. Mike Cernovich, he's an attorney, he's a conservative commentator. He's done a lot of stuff. He says he believes that Epstein was an FBI asset. Now, look, honestly, I don't think the story of Epstein is all the powerful people that, I mean, it is in part, but only at a much shallower level of what the story probably is, in part about rich and powerful people who had inappropriate sexual relations with underage women. That in and of itself, I know it's a huge story, and it should be the thing that, part of the thing that we focus on when it comes to, I don't know, high-level politicians, rich people, former presidents. But the deeper story is why Jeffrey Epstein was flying under the radar, why he wasn't investigated, why to this day we can't get the truth, why he is protected. Certainly being an FBI asset would in part help, but honestly, I don't know if that's enough. Now, we're one of the biggest losers because this story is a distraction from the deeper level. You and I have talked together about the Martyr Made podcast, which I talked a lot about during the conflict between Israel and Gaza, Israel and Palestinians, the West Bank. Daryl Cooper does deep dives, history, and others. And he did a Jeffrey Epstein episode. And in it, he revealed things that, you know, I would have never known. Like Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, owned a newspaper in London. Robert Maxwell, I think it's pretty well documented right now, was at least an asset for Israeli Mossad. Whether or not he had deeper connections, he was an agent, well, I don't think we'll know from Mossad. He was, I don't think a billionaire, but 100 millionaire. And he died in mysterious circumstances on a yacht in the ocean. Epstein himself seems to have been ushered through life at a certain point, achieving places of influence and significance that his qualifications had never added up to. He was a high school mathematics teacher who became a big-time hedge fund guy because he was so good at math. The point is, he wasn't just protected, he was ushered along the way. The implication by guys like Cooper is that Epstein was also an asset for Mossad. The whole idea is to create a compromising situation of powerful and influential people in the United States in compromised positions so that you can exert influence. Now, I don't know. That's the point. We'll never know. We don't know the truth behind any of this. But this list so far makes us one of the losers because I think it is a distraction from the deeper part of this story. It's not what Jeffrey Epstein did, but who was Jeffrey Epstein? Some of the winners, for what it's worth, on this list. For now, we'll say Jimmy Kimmel. Look, Aaron Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN, and he made a joke. I think it was pretty clearly a joke, like the Epstein list is about to be revealed, and he's like, Jimmy Kimmel's super nervous. And Jimmy Kimmel makes jokes about people every night. I mean, no less slanderous, I mean, on many occasions, than certainly regarding public figures, and what Rodgers said about Kimmel. But everybody in sports media is freaking out that Kimmel had no humor about it, came back strong and said, you'll be hearing from my legal team. So is Rodgers, is McAfee, is ESPN going to get sued? And by the way, ESPN and ABC are both owned by Disney. So I don't know how that's going to work. But, I mean, it's no surprise. Kimmel's not on the list. So I guess he's a winner. You know who else is not on the list? Trump. All that talk is Trump one of the guys? No. I mean, he knew who Epstein was. They knew each other. But no record of him going to any islands or properties in Palm Beach or anything like that in these lists. But again, I think we are all the biggest loser until we get to the truth of who was Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain Podcast for full episodes right now.